Davenport Manor, the most important building in this homestead. It was the centre of the Colonial Brotherhood of Assassins operations for many years. Even after the Colonial Brotherhood was purged by the likes of Haytham Kenway and Shay Cormac, this remained the home of Achilles Davenport, the mentor of the Colonial Brotherhood. Or should I say, mentors. Why are there four of you? Oh no! Jesus Christ! Stop it, Achilles! What are you doing? Where's your walking stick, you mutt? Where are your walking sticks? Achilles remained in the manor, even though it fell into disrepair, until Connor came along and gave him a reason to repair it. From this point on, the Davenport Manor continued to serve as the central base of operations for the Assassin Brotherhood in the colonies. But this video is going to be about after the events of Assassin's Creed 3. Now, something happened to the Davenport Manor that I only noticed very recently. Now, I was watching James or Lasers live stream his way through the Assassin's Creed 3 remaster, getting off his nut on alcohol all the way along, and at one point he opened up a database in which it mentioned something that was very interesting. Allow me to read you this very same database entry. Davenport Homestead. This lovely little collection of buildings was the headquarters for the original Assassin Order of the colonies, a modest masyaf if you will. Sometime during the 7 Years' War, the Templars made their move and destroyed it during their assassin witch hunt. By which I mean there was a witch hunt for assassins, not that there were assassin witches. Achilles survived the attack and stuck around to keep the manor standing, barely by the looks of it. Once Connor came along, it flourished again for several decades, even surpassing its former glory. Then it suddenly vanished in the early 19th century. Any manor that can suddenly vanish is both interesting and unsettling in the same measure, though probably not a great investment. So during the early 1800s, the mansion just vanished. It just disappeared into thin air. Now, the database does not mention that anything else vanished, it just mentions that the manor vanished. We know that the graves behind the manor are still there, as they appear in the modern day, as this is where Connor hid the amulet for Desmond to find. Now, of course, immediately my research brought me to the Assassin's Creed wiki to see if there's anything else that I've missed. It simply mentioned that the homestead had vanished from historical records. I found a Reddit post equating it to the lost colony at Roanoke, but that happened about 200 years before the events of Assassin's Creed 3, so it doesn't seem related. And at the same time, there's no mention that the entire village here went with the manor when it vanished. It just mentions that the manor itself disappeared. Anyways, the wiki did remind me what the last known use of the Davenport Manor was. In 1804, after the Haitian Revolution had ended, the Haitian assassin Esaosa, the grandson of Adewale, received an invitation from Connor asking him to travel to the Davenport homestead to provide him with training. So sometime after the year 1804, the mansion just vanished. However, as for the rest of the homestead, no mention is made. So did the rest of this settlement vanish with the mansion? We don't know. The only thing we do know for sure is that the mansion is no longer there. So we've spent enough time trying to lay out what's known already, so now the question is, why did the mansion vanish? As the database mentioned, it was quite a mysterious vanishing, so that means that there's no real evidence to suggest one theory or another. And since the graves out back are still standing, I think we all know that it definitely wasn't the cliff being weathered away and the mansion falling into the sea. However, there is one logical explanation that comes to my mind. The assassins demolished it, whether that be Connor on his own or Connor in a group. Let's put it this way, among the Templars, the Davenport homestead had become known, and it definitely isn't what I would call fortified. If the Templars wanted to storm this place, they could, and it would only be a matter of time before they do that, so at some point during the early 18th century, the Brotherhood decided to demolish this homestead, fill in its basement so it looks like it was never there, and leave, relocating to a safer hideout. And considering the sensitive information that may lie within, it would probably be best to demolish the entire mansion as opposed to just abandoning it, leaving no trace of the building as a safety precaution, thus explaining why it simply vanished. The last known use of the manor in 1804 is also the last known event in Connor's life. So nothing is known about Connor after this, and nothing is known about the manor after this. Is it connected? Who knows, I thought I'd mention. Now, I believe that my theory about what happened to the mansion is probably the most likely one. However, I could very well be wrong. What I'm saying is not canon, it was just my interpretations. However, if I am wrong, then there's only really one explanation that comes to my mind. I know you're thinking it too. Cassandra, the eagle-bearing Misthios, came down and destroyed it with all her might. Now, we'll never know exactly what happened to Davenport Manor. However, hopefully, my theory has helped shed some light on one of the more plausible explanations. Please don't take what I'm saying as fact anyway, because it's a mystery and we'll never get a solid answer even if we asked for it. But it is creepy that a mansion like this can just vanish from all history records just like that. Who knows, maybe in the future we'll find out exactly what happened to the manor and what happened to Connor along with it. And maybe even just the general fate of the entire homestead. And even if that were the case, I'd imagine we'll still be entertaining this mystery for quite some time. So, thank you all for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. Be sure to go ahead, leave a like, subscribe, share the channel with your friends and all that wonderful stuff. Be sure to let me know what you think down in the comment section. What do you think became of the Davenport Manor? And I'll see you all very soon with another video at some point.